Hi, I'm here with Jenny Morse from Appendance. My name is Alison Proffit from Proffit Coach. I'm really excited to be here today with Jenny. And what we are going to be talking about is some writing tips. And so before I do that, let me give a little intro to Jenny. She has a number of degrees in English. She's been teaching business writing for 7 years, and she's been teaching for 15 years. So we are here amongst a writing experts, I would say. Every time I go to send Jenny an email or do anything written to Jenny, I'm always thinking, I hope I get it right. I hope my grammar is good. I hope I have good punctuation and sentence structure.
Yeah. You and everyone else who writes to me. It's like terror. I inspire you.
So that's a little bit about Jenny's background, and with her company Appendance, she has been doing some corporate training in the space of business writing for 5 years. Jenny is also a recent winner of 3rd place in the Fort Collins Startup Week pitch competition. And so we are here amongst excellence. Hi, Jenny. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Allison. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm excited to have you here. So who would you say this tip is for?
I would say writing tips are the professional writing tips that I give are for anybody who is writing, but especially people who are struggling to write and maintain their credibility, especially under our current very special circumstances.
Special. It is special times for sure.
We are working harder to communicate effectively with people who are even more remote from us, right? Because now we're all trapped in our houses. Not trapped. You can leave. But we're spending a lot of quality time in our homes.
I thought you were just saying how nice it was to be able to work from home versus going out in the world.
I sympathize with other people who may not be having my very pleasant experience.
Yes, I've talked to a number of people who are at home and they have kids, or they're just kind of in their living situation maybe is not as maybe comfortable as you and I are blessed to experience. So yes,
very quiet.
Yes. So lay it on us. What is your tip today? What is your business writing tip?
So business writing tip is big picture, spend more time on it, which is a little disappointing, but there are two easy changes you can make to your overall writing process that will help you ultimately make your writing more effective. One of them is planning your messages before you actually start writing anything down. So a lot of the planning stuff that I talk about in my classes has to do with asking yourself a particular set of questions in a particular order so that your brain adapts to the communication you're trying to accomplish.
Cool.
Those steps take a while for me to explain, so we're going to have to just tease them for our WEBO session coming up April 14th, where I will go through all 7 questions, how they work, how they relate to each other, why you have to ask them, etc. The one I can share right now is about proofreading. So second habit is to spend more time proofreading our work, looking at it after we've written it. Now, because we're humans, it is impossible for any of us to effectively proofread our work immediately after we've written it. Your brain basically lies to you in a nice way by showing you what you think you wrote. And there's a lot of neuroscience about how our eyes take in information, how that information gets processed in our visual centers, how some of that information is left out, how a lot of that information is basically like, I thought it, I wrote it, it must be what I thought I wrote.
Yes.
So in order to proofread effectively, you must wait at least 15 minutes between writing and trying to proofread your work in order to have any chance at all of seeing what is actually there. So not one of us, not me, I've made mistakes before, not any human can effectively proofread their work within 15 minutes of writing it. So get used to saving a draft and coming back to look at it later.
Yes, guilty as charged with not walking or like there's just not enough time, right? We always say that there's not enough time to do the things that make us more effective.
If you want people to trust you, there is enough time.
That's great. I love that. I love that. And I love the neuroscience of this tip because I just think neuroscience is so freaking cool. I'm a coach, so neuroscience is the foundation of some of my coaching work that I do. And not some of it, most all of the coaching work is tied into neuroscience. And I can't wait for you to teach your session on the 14th with the WEBO Network. It's going to be so exciting. So tell us a little bit. So WEBO Network is the Women's Entrepreneur and Business Owner Network. Many of you know that I am the managing director for the Northern Colorado chapter, and our events go live here in April. We've moved everything to virtual, which means that we're able to actually have anybody anywhere who is a woman join our session. So it's really a silver lining, if you will, from all this COVID-19, is that we're able to actually bring this kind of knowledge and connecting with other women business owners to anybody anywhere. So where previously it would have just been here in Fort Collins. So yay for being able to come to that. But if
special time, we said it's a special time.
Special times, yeah. So if somebody is listening into this and they're not a woman or they're not an entrepreneur or business owner, but maybe they work in the corporate world, what are some other ways that people can connect with you? What are some of your upcoming workshops and offerings that you have?
Yeah, so in addition to the WEBO Network event on the 14th, where I'm going to talk about habits, I'm doing a session for the Digital Workshop Center here in Fort Collins. We haven't figured out exactly how that will be communicated, but you can find information about that session on my website, appendance.com. That's APPENDANCE. It's like a pen dance.
We'll drop the link in the comments too.
Awesome. So that session is going to be about how do you demonstrate credibility in writing? So what are some of the things that your audiences are looking for? How do you make sure you meet their expectations? On April 28th, I'm doing a session on email specifically. So when you're emailing people, what are the 5 things you need to make sure you're doing in those emails so that you look credible, trustworthy to other people? Things like greetings and closings and subject lines, stuff that we all worry about. And after that, I'm developing an online course that will be ready May 26th.
Yay.
And more about that is also on the website.
That's awesome. And are you pre-selling seats to that online course?
I am. So you can get seats now for the course starting May 26th. It'll be a 6-week online course where you can work independently throughout the week, but then you are assigned a dedicated coach who you do small group coaching sessions with each week to keep you on track to learn all of the content we can teach you in 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of the things that I think is really interesting about these times that we're in is that there are some people that are actually very busy right now. You're a professor, so you've moved all of your content into online courses, so the work that goes into all of that, and you're running a business, so kudos to you. But there are some people out there that, you know, they do have a little bit more time in their day. So what I would love to kind of implore everybody is use this as a time to upskill. Use this as a time to develop yourself personally, professionally. Time is something that we often say we don't have enough of, and now you're not running around to like your kids' practices and, you know, this meeting or that meeting and spending lots of time in the car and in transit. And so use the time wisely and make yourself better and stronger and smarter and more savvy for when we come out on the other side of this thing. Jenny, thank you so much. Where can people find you in the online space?
Website?
Your website? That's the best way? Perfect.
So
okay.
Yeah, you can email us through the website. There's a contact form. All the information is there. We're Jenny at Appendance.
Perfect. All right. Well, Jenny, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and stay healthy and well.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much.